Sometimes the things that made us feel safe are the exact things that are keeping us dependent. There is a point in life where being provided for stops being something you simply receive and start becoming something you have to consciously outgrow. When you were a child, dependence is natural. Your parents feed you and pay for you and give you all the things that you wanted and make all of your decisions and give you all the love and all of the support and all of the safety. And that's what they are supposed to do. You don't owe a 5-year old and like independence. You don't owe it. But eventually, you are supposed to stop building your own life. You're supposed to make your own money. You're supposed to make your own decision. You're supposed to love yourself and protect yourself and provide to yourself all of that safety and love and comfort. And that's where that's when something uncomfortable happens. You realize that independence is being able to create a life where you are the source of everything you need, no matter what. Because when you know how to give yourself everything and be the main source of everything in your life, this is when everything changes. You give yourself the money that you create, you give yourself the love and the validation that you create. You became wiser with your own decision, and you know what to choose and what not to choose, and what to go for and what not to go for. Because the more you still need other people, the more you create limit for yourself. And I'm speaking about the need, okay? And I don't mean that in a bad way, that you don't need your loved one or you need your families. I don't mean that in a bad way at all. But come on now, give them a break. They did their best, especially your parents. They did their best when it comes to you. They did everything that they can do in the best way that they can give it to you. So from their own perspective, and it's fine. But best believe, best believe that the things that you create for yourself are always, always, always better, because you know what you want and you know how to give it to yourself, and you know what do you actually want it and how to receive it. Nobody knows what you actually want but you. Depending on what you used to have always will prevent you from the wonderful, amazing things that you can give for yourself in a way better way, in a most amazing way. like because you are the only one that know exactly what they want, and you know exactly how they're supposed to look like, and you know exactly how, sometimes even the way of getting it. So you are the only one who can give yourself in the best way that you can imagine it. Sometimes we don't actually want the thing itself, we want the familiar version of that thing. You might thought to yourself, or sometimes you think to yourself, I want the life that my family gave me. You want the same lifestyle that you used to live with your family, or you want the same amount of money that they are making, or you want the same relationship that they have, and between them. Of course you want it, because it's the only version of life you have ever experienced. Of course it feels safe to you, because you know what their money feel like, and you know what their love feel like, and you know how they do everything. That's why it feels familiar to you. That's why sometimes you feel that you want the same thing, because it feels safe, because you are used to that. But come on now, don't you want more? Don't you want more? You can create a way better one. And I was so shook, because uh, to me, I was like, come on now, you only live once. You have to want more. No way you are okay with settling in certain stuff. And I was so shook. And one of the gathering, I don't know, it was with old friends before. One of the girls said that she will be okay. She will be so okay if she married a guy that live in the same lifestyle that her family living, and make the same amount of money that her family is making, and she will be okay with it, because she's not going to ask for more, because that's the best thing that you can get. And I was shook. I was like, Are you serious? Like, you don't want more? Of course, you want the same things that you saw in your family because it's familiar to you. There's nothing in like new in it. Somehow you don't want something new, especially when it comes to your future, because you don't want to sacrifice. Like you don't want to sacrifice anything. That's why you want the same thing. But come on now, the new things might be even better than the old ones. Why do you want like the exact thing itself? You can create like a way better version of everything for yourself, and even have like a brighter future than the one that you used to with like specific friends or like your family. You can go out there and create way better opportunities and way better life than the life that you used to. And this is where becoming independent becomes so beautiful, because when you start creating your own money, creating your own relationship, and creating your own environment, and creating your own lifestyle, you discover something you couldn't discover while you were only receiving. You can make things way better and in the way that you like. Betrayal happens when you keep choosing dependence after you already outgrow it. After you already outgrew it, somehow you still chose it. Not because receiving is bad or that you have to do everything alone. This is not the point. But building your entire life around needing someone to keep giving it to you is not a way of living. Is not a way of living. If every good things, if like every good things in your life has to come through someone else, what will happen when they stop giving you? What will happen to you? The beautiful part of creating it yourself, and this is the part that I really want to emphasize, because people think independence is needing no one and you have to do everything by yourself, is that independence is so much more exciting. You can literally create everything that you ever wanted in your own way, in the way that you like it. You can create the money in your own way, and you can create the love in your own way. You can create the home and the relationship and the career and the success in your own way. And when you discover that you can create the things that you once thought could only be given to you, your relationship with receiving changes completely. You stop receiving from desperation, you receive from choice. You don't need someone to save you. So when someone actually helps you out, you actually appreciate it. You like appreciate it. There is something psychologically so different about getting something you did not create versus something you create yourself. Like, there's a difference between getting something from someone else and something you get it to yourself just because you work to it, or just like you build it yourself. Let's say, for example, someone give you a $10,000. You're going to enjoy what can like $10,000 buy you. But when you make your first $10,000 yourself, you are not going to only enjoy the money, you're enjoying the evidence that I can actually do this, and I did it. That's why the things that we create for ourselves feel more satisfying and more beautiful and actually enjoyable than the things that we receive. And I want to emphasize that this is not about not needing anyone. We are human beings. We need people and we need their help all the time. It's fine. It's totally fine. We are humans. It's fine. But I'm speaking about creating the things that you want in your own way. It's way better. It's way better. There's a different feeling. There's a different feeling about it. This is the point that I want to emphasize, because it's not about not needing help or not wanting people. It's about being your own main source of everything amazing that happened in your own life. Thanks for watching.